Welcome to the Daring Living podcast, where it's all about personal growth, honest conversations, and exploring what it means to live a passionate, daring life. I'm your host, Shirley Huang. Hello, lovely people. So this episode is a continuation of last week's episode, which is about finding your passion. In the previous episode, we talked about different ways to find your passion, so make sure you check that out if you haven't already. This week, I want to talk about the concept of pursuing your passion and some common myths that come up. So before diving in, I want to share with you my most recent creation, Goal Setting with Intention Workbook. I am so excited for this, guys. This is a workbook that will guide you through the process of setting your number one most important goal of the year and then create a system for you to break down your goal, reflect, and work through that goal in a very intentional way. I have been working on this over the past 3 weeks and I'm just so excited to finally launch it and let you know about it. This workbook is over 70 pages. It's split into 3 parts so that it is very digestible for you to work through. Part 1, it talks about getting clear on your intentional life and helping you create your most important goal for the year and then set it with intention. Part 2 of the book talks about creating a game plan for your goal. And this is where we break down your yearly goal into quarterly goals and get very clear on how to create your goal and set it so that it is practical and realistic. And then finally, part 3, this is my favorite part. This is the journey book. It is a system I created for you to work through and reflect on your goal over 90 days. This book is for you to reuse over and over again for your week, for your month, and for the quarter to really create the process and the system for you to actually work through and achieve your goal. The workbook comes in 2 versions. So there is the printable version. If you prefer to write it out, you can print it out and then work through it. There is also the digital interactive version. So you can work on it in your computer or on any electronic device. I am super pumped for this. I know that this will be super beneficial for you if you really just want to achieve your most important goal for the coming year. I can't wait for you to check it out because, hey, goal setting, it doesn't have to be stressful and overwhelming. It can be fun, it can be intentional, and you can set it and work through it in a very grounded way. To learn more about the workbook, you can head on to this link, daringliving.com/goal setting workbook. That is one word. So daringliving.com/goal setting workbook. Now that we have talked about how to find your passion, different ways of finding your passion, I want to talk about actually pursuing your passion and what that looks like. Here are 3 common statements I hear from people a lot about pursuing your passion, and I want to shine some light on them in this episode and give you a different perspective and make you kind of think about why some of these are myths and some of these are simply not true at all. The number one idea that I hear a lot from people is the fact that pursuing your passion will not make you money. This is a very misleading idea, and a lot of people often think that somehow your passion and earning money cannot be on the same side of the equation. But if you really think about it, look around at all the people that are pursuing your passion and they are just killing it out there. Now, what do you call those people? Do you call them outliers? They might be, but there are a lot of them. Then how do you explain that? From the coaching perspective, this thought that you cannot make money pursuing your passion, it is simply a belief that you have created for yourself. This is a belief that you simply think about and you decide to think about over and over and over again until it becomes true for you. until it becomes real for you. This is what we call in life coaching term a limiting belief. If you really think about it, everyone is different. You will meet some people who think that they can make money out of what they love to do, and some people that you meet do not think they can do that. And this is a self-fulfilling prophecy, because whatever you think about so much, you're going to create that into your life. So if you do believe that you cannot make money from your passion and you cannot make money doing what you love, then guess what? You're going to see that evidence in your life. Everything starts first from your mind. It starts first with what you choose to think about, what you want to think about. You can intentionally decide what you want to believe instead. Your thoughts, they are really just sentences in your head. So I will say that the idea of pursuing your passion, it often means going against the norm from what the society trains us to do. And the reason why a lot of people do not go down this path, it is because in the beginning, it is not guaranteed that you will earn a stable income right away. But this is only in the beginning, because I would actually say that a lot of people become so successful, it is because they have chosen to pursue their passion, because it is what they love to do. So even in the beginning, when they weren't earning a stable income, they still kept at it because they love it so much. They got through the beginning phase, and that is why they are so successful right now. If you do want to pursue your passion, then I would say find what you love, then learn how to make money out of it. And keep trying different things until you find a way to make money from that thing. For me, when I first started Daring Living about 2 years ago, I didn't know exactly what I was doing. It was just a blog about personal development. It was a passion at the time, but I didn't know how to make money out of it. And I just kept on trying different things until I eventually landed in life coaching. It is related to personal development. I love teaching people and helping people to transform and step into who they want to be. And I can create my own schedule and work for myself, which is what I really want my ideal life to look like. So I didn't just decide to go into coaching right away. I pivoted around this idea until I eventually landed onto something that I can work with. Do you see what I'm saying? If you are really passionate about something, try it out and be flexible about your plan and be open to see whatever comes up for you. The idea that pursuing your passion, it cannot make you money, is simply a belief. And you can decide to start thinking about something else instead so that it will serve you better in the long run. The second belief that I hear a lot from people about pursuing your passion, I touched on this a little bit earlier. It is the thought that there is one specific way to pursue your passion. A lot of the times people think that pursuing your passion, it means quitting your job and then taking the leap of faith. Yes, that does happen quite a bit. I am an example of that. But this path of pursuing your passion is definitely not linear for sure. I also want to argue that it is also not time sensitive. Even though I personally think that the earlier you start pursuing your passion, the less you have to lose. However, I do understand everyone is different and people have different priorities and everyone's situation is different. If you want to pursue your passion, there is no right way to do that. You definitely do not have to quit your job the next day and then follow your dreams and start something right away from the ground. Some people choose to have the money first and then maybe get some experience from the workforce. For example, maybe work at a stable job for 10 years before they decide to quit their job and then start their own business. And there are also other people who choose to jump into doing that right away. I have also have friends who side hustled both their day job and their passion job for years, and then they start making that transition. there is no right way to pursue your passion. How you want to go about it and your path, that is entirely up to you. Don't ever compare your path with other people. And if someone tells you that you cannot do it this way, that person is wrong. That person is simply just wrong. Because no one understands your life as much as you do. And this is your life and you get to decide how you want to create that. And I just want you to make sure that you have a good reason for doing what you do and that you feel good about that reason. And that is all that matters. The third myth I want to talk about is a lot of people tend to believe in the idea of somehow passion is external. I know before I talked about different ways to find your passion and pursue your passion, and it feels like it is external, right? And I'm talking about them in terms of pursuing a career path or following a life path that you love. This new perspective that I want to offer you is to think about the word passion itself. This is where sometimes people get mixed up about the idea of pursuing your passion as if it is something external. What often happens is people think that, only when I am pursuing my passion and only when I have pursued my passion will I actually feel fulfilled and satisfied in my life. Instead of thinking passion as something external, something that is outside of you that you are quote unquote pursuing, I want you to think of passion as simply just a feeling. Passion is a feeling. It is a feeling that you can create for yourself. It does not have to be something external. Some things that you can start thinking about to generate more passion for yourself is think about which areas in my life right now can I feel passion? Which areas in my life do I feel passionate about? And then how can I create even more passion in my life? How can I feel even more passion? So if you want to find your passion and you want to pursue your passion, if you are my client, then I will first ask you, why is it that you want to find your passion? If it is actually something meaningful for you, if it's something that you want to do, then I will encourage you to go for it. But if it is because you feel like you need to find your passion, you need to pursue your passion to feel a certain way, then I will encourage you to, instead of looking around you, to know that you do not have to wait until you get there, right? You do not have to wait until you pursued your passion to have passion, because you are the one who's creating that. You're not going out and looking around to find some external thing, whether it is your job or a relationship, the right person, to feel like you have passion. You are the one who's creating that for yourself. And instead of looking around trying to find new things that will make you feel better, that will make you feel more fulfilled, what you can do is start looking at what you have right now. Maybe in certain relationships right now in your life, you can create more passion for those. Maybe you have a hobby that you enjoy, but maybe you can put more passion into that when you're doing them. Maybe for your job right now, you actually don't hate it. But what you can do is think different thoughts about it and then create more passion when you are working. If you are really intentional, you can actually feel passion about anything that's in your life. When you are traveling or eating delicious food, why not? So besides your career path, you can create the feeling of feeling passion in all these different areas in your life. Know that you can still focus on working towards your goals and pursue the path that you want to go towards, your quote-unquote passion, right? But you do not have to wait until you get there to feel that passion, because your feelings and your emotions, you create that in you. You create that yourself. And this is the good news. You can create a life filled with passion right now. There is actually so much that this life can offer you and so much that you can create out of this. You just have to be open up to receive that. Alright, that is all for today. Thank you very much for listening to this episode. If you haven't already, make sure you check out last week's episode about how to find your passion. I created a worksheet on how to find your passion to help you understand yourself more. You can grab it at this link, darrenliving.com/find your passion. Also, check out the Goal Setting with Intention workbook if you feel ready to take action on your goal and really make that into your reality. Again, the link to that is darrenliving.com/goal setting workbook. If you enjoyed this episode, I would love it if you can head on over to Apple Podcast and help leave me a review and rating. It really means a lot to me, more than you know. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk to you next time. Bye-bye.